Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at some Citizen dive watches. This one won't lay flat on the table, so I have to hold it in my hands here. But the watch here on the left with the super titanium material is on loan from Saltzman's Watches. I'll leave a link in the description. Please go check them out. Appreciate them sending over the watch on loan. This is the NB6021-68L. MSRP is $995, but you should be able to use the code WTWT23 for 20% off. If it doesn't work, let me know. And these two watches I bought used maybe a year or so ago. Haven't really worn them much. In fact, I had to charge up the solar capacitors with a bright workshop light. So, and the power reserve is 6 months on both of those. So let's get into the video here. This is the Citizen EcoZilla. I have a stainless steel version of this watch as well. This is the BJ8040-01E. I'll refer to it as the BJ for the rest of the video here. This watch is discontinued, and it's the Citizen ProMaster Dive EcoZilla. This is the Citizen ProMaster, and I already gave you the model number, but again, NB6021-68L. Price for this one looked to have been $575. It is titanium, but it's still a heavy watch because it's quite large. And then we have the Citizen ProMaster BN0220-16E, $525 MSRP for this. So, this one has a sapphire crystal. I say it's a nicer watch overall. It's automatic movement. Nothing against quartz movements, but I prefer to see the smooth sweep of the second hand. I like automatic movements. I appreciate the gears and springs and everything that goes into it. So this has a blue dial, a blue bezel, a blue aluminum bezel insert, and it's rated to 200 meters of water resistance. These other two have black dials. This one is rated to 300 meters of water resistance. It has a titanium dive bezel, and this one's a little tricky to use, so I don't think you're ever going to move it out of alignment when you don't want to. It's not that easy to grip. I'm not sure if I'm doing it the right way, but I've been told that actual divers use these watches. I can believe it. I mean, these things are gigantic, so I definitely would believe the water rating on these, the 300 meter depth rating. So this one has a mineral crystal. This one also has a mineral crystal. And this one's rated to 200 meters water resistant. And we have the titanium case, the titanium bezel with an aluminum bezel insert as well. Some folks called it ceramic online. Other folks think that it's aluminum. It kind of feels like aluminum to me, but can't know for sure. So, as I mentioned, this watch has an automatic movement. It has the Miyota 9051 movement, 8 beats per second, so a nice smooth sweep there. 42 hours of power reserve, hacking, hand winding. It is accurate to -10 plus 20 seconds per day. And then this one has the B873 EcoDrive Solar Quartz module, hacking, 6 months of power reserve. And the accuracy on this is -15 to plus 15 seconds per month. So the daily accuracy of this watch can do in a month period. So quartz is much more accurate, and I'd have to say it's even more accurate than that. I just can't see it being off by plus or minus 15 per month. This one has the E168 EcoDrive Solar Quartz movement. I believe it's an updated version of the movement that's in this one, because there are some EcoZillas that also have this new movement. This is a newer watch. So same specs, 6 months of power reserve, hacking, plus or minus 15 seconds per month for the accuracy. So they all have screw down crowns. This one has a signed screw down crown, and this one does as well. the same Citizen logo there. This one looks like a nicer watch. This is I mean, you're not going to wear this with a suit or even with dress clothes. I suppose you could, but it'd look really weird. This one looks like something you could wear with a suit if you really wanted to. But I'm by no means a style expert, however you want to say that. This one has a screw down crown as well, and it's on the left. And I find that really annoying because almost every time I pick up this watch, I want to hold it like this. And I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, it's upside down. So, but that's not a signed crown. A little bit different of a construction too. This is an outer ring. If you move this ring, then you can remove the straps. And then this is for the case back, but really no reason for you or I to remove the case back, send it into a watchmaker if something needs to be fixed. Same for this one. Actually, I think I have seen some folks replace the capacitors, but I don't know if I would mess with that or not. Hopefully I would never need to mess with that. You haven't worn this watch in a while. Looking at some, looks like there's some scratches and scuffs on here from something. Who knows what. So this one comes with a extension strap. It basically looks like another one of these straps, but it also has that shape on it too. So you hook it into here, and then it has another buckle to hook into here. This one did not come with that, but my other one did. So I don't know if it was missing from the kit that I bought from the seller. But my steel version of this watch does have the extension dive strap. So, titanium bracelet, solid end links, solid links, held in place with pin and collar, stamped steel clasp, and then this portion here is milled. Safety clasp is stamped as well. Go together like that. Dual deployment pushers, so very secure and robust. And then for the extension, you can pull these levers. Pull the levers in that direction. And then you can just push it back in. You don't need to pull the levers. This one's a little gritty being titanium. The bezel on this is very smooth bezel. I can still turn the bezel, but it's not the best grip. So it's a good thing it's a light bezel action. Feels like a titanium bezel. Actually, this one here even feels more so like a titanium bezel. Hopefully you can hear this. It feels gritty. The action feels gritty, I should say, but the material, it kind of feels like a powdered finish. And I've not felt that on any other watches before. The bezel action is a little loose. It's not terrible, but it's a little loose. So this watch also has the super titanium, the hardened coating here, and it's supposed to make it 5 times harder than stainless steel. This one does not have that coating, so it's just raw titanium. So you can see a little bit of scuffing going on there. And these crystals will scratch. They're pretty well protected. This one even more so. But I much rather have a sapphire crystal like this one has here. But for the price, I guess it's okay. Alright, so let's go on to the dimensions of the watches here. Oh, you know what, before I get there, I am wearing my other titanium watch. I do have a Boulder Venture. Haven't worn that one in a while. So I believe those are all my titanium watches. Again, this one isn't mine. This is on loan. But crown's still out on this. I just literally just wound it up. So check out the sweep on this. It's mesmerizing. Such a cool watch and really lightweight. Every time I pick it up out of the watch box, I'm amazed at how lightweight it is. And there's a shot at the gorgeous movement there. And then you can see that gear just spinning very smoothly. Alright, let's set this one off to the side. So 54 millimeter lug to lug on the male end links here. 48.8 on the watch, tip to tip. 41 millimeter diameter. 12.3 thick, so pretty thin for a dive watch. that's rated to 200 meters water resistance, 20 millimeter lug width, and this bracelet does taper down to 18 millimeter. Kind of a small crown at 5.5 millimeter. And then this watch weighs in at 111 grams. Next we'll go to the EcoZilla BJ. So this has a polyurethane strap with titanium hardware. Looking at 48.3 millimeter diameter. That's case diameter. The bezel is inside of that, so I did not measure that. And the lug to lug is essentially the same as the diameter, 48.3. The strap starts off at 32 millimeter and it tapers down to 20 millimeter, 6.5 millimeter crown, and this watch weighs in at 121 grams. I believe the steel version is 180 grams, around there, maybe even more. So it's kind of funny that this weighs in at 121 grams with the polyurethane strap, and this watch weighs in at 111 grams with the titanium bracelet, which is not even sized for my 6.5 inch wrist. So it would obviously weigh less if I sized it for my wrist. Just notice the bezel. If you can see that, I'm pushing down on it. Oh well, interesting. And then lastly we have the BN0220. This also has a polyurethane strap, but this strap feels much softer than this other strap. This feels like a hard FKM rubber strap, but it's called polyurethane. And this feels very close to an FKM rubber strap to me, but again, it's listed as polyurethane. It feels much more supple, soft, bendable, pliable. It feels like it'd be a lot more comfortable than that other strap there. This also has titanium hardware, stamped tang milled buckle, where this has the stamped buckle, stamped tang, and then the stamped titanium keeper, and then this has the polyurethane keepers, which I much prefer over metal keepers. So this watch, kind of weird dimensionally as well. I did not measure from here to here. I measured here to here, and that is 46.2 millimeter lug to lug and diameter. So it wears smaller than what you think the dimensions would tell you. It's very similar to how a Seiko Tuna would wear on your wrist. 13.5 thick, so you know, fairly thin. Could be a little bit thinner since it's a quartz movement. So a bit of bezel play on this one too. But anyway, 13.5 thickness. Lug to lug, unfortunately, is 24 millimeter. I was hoping it'd be 22 so I could swap out the straps. I really don't have that many 24 millimeter straps. Yeah, I don't even know why I have those. But anyway, 24, and it tapers down to 20 millimeter. 6.9 millimeter crown. A nice size crown for a dive watch. I feel that this is, well, this one's not too bad actually, 6.5. But this one's definitely a little bit smaller than what I think it should be. But it looks proportional. I think a 6.9 or a 7 millimeter crown would be a better fit for that. And this watch weighs in at 90 grams. So 10 grams less than the EcoZilla. No, 30 grams less than the EcoZilla. 20 grams less than the Fuji Tsubo watch, which this is called. So just a quick look at these titanium watches, and I'll try each of these on wrist and then we'll check out the lume. So overall I prefer the look of this watch. I think it's a little more versatile. Wear it in a lot more situations than these other watches. So we have some nubs here to keep this keeper in place. And then the tip of the strap is wider than the buckle. So it takes a little bit of effort to get it in place there. That's why I paused the video and put it on wrist. But here it is on my 6.5 inch wrist with 52 millimeter wristband. So pretty cool watch. I think I'll keep it around. It's a pretty tactical looking watch and something quite different than the rest of my collection. And here's the EcoZilla on my wrist, Fits just like the stainless steel one. Way too big for my wrist. And definitely not something you'd want to wear with long sleeves. Here's a quick look at the lume on all three of these watches. Ecozilla on the left, NB in the middle, and then the BN on the right. They all have great lume. I'm not sure if I could pick a winner between these three. Probably the Ecozilla.